Never thought I would see alligators walking up a spiral staircase until I went to Laps. These alligators have their own staircase, their own little water slide, and even this little pool they go into. Wes Moore from Alligator Alley donated the alligators to Laps because the owners wanted to dedicate part of that restaurant and bait shop to wildlife conservation. You gotta love that. Now, Wes has some tips that should come in handy should you ever run into an alligator, and we hope you don't. These alligators came from Alligator Alley, so yes, they are rescues. 4 of them here at Laps. Really, really neat to watch them. They go up the steps and they slide down into the pool, and they're just as cute as can be. There are a lot of alligators in this area. We see them all the time. If someone does see an alligator in the area, what are your biggest tips, Wes?
Yeah, the biggest thing is if an alligator is not fleeing the area when you enter it, that's not necessarily a good sign. Alligators have a fear of us. Whoop. See there? He's almost done with us. We're almost done with you. He likes you.
Well, he wanted to. Should I pet you?
He's a little bit. There you go. See, look at that.
Calm down, man. Calm down.
You calm the savage beast.
It's cool. You're good. We're almost done here. You can go back and get some alligator biscuits.
He said, yeah. But the big thing I tell people is, first of all, don't try to feed it. Secondly, don't throw objects at it. And third, don't try to catch it. Even though this alligator, he's relatively small. He's 30 pounds, 4.5 feet long. A bite from him still would be extremely painful, and then possibly you could get a pretty nasty infection. So I tell people, just because you see an alligator does not mean it's an emergency. Just sitting right here, we've seen a couple alligators right behind us. So, alligators live with us. They've lived with us for, millions of years and get along quite well with us.
Right.
But unfortunately, due to human intervention and other things, alligators have not necessarily taking over our habitat, but, we're spending a lot more time in theirs. They pose a much greater threat to pets and things like that than they do actually to people. That's not to say alligators aren't dangerous, because alligators are dangerous animals. But if we leave them alone, give them plenty of space, typically everything works itself out.
Let's say you see one in your backyard. I know we've gotten calls at Fox 10 about that. Can they call
an alligator? If you live somewhere, like say you live out here somewhere on the water, you see an alligator. That's really not something that's a big deal. If you were at home and you walk outside to go to work in the morning and there's an alligator on your front porch, that is a bit of a different case. At that point, you would need to call the proper authorities. The Alabama Department of Game and Fish would be the person to handle that, and they will send a response person over to handle that situation. The big thing is don't deal with it yourself. There are a lot of TV shows out there where people think, wow, I can do that. I've watched so many episodes of this. It's not exactly like that in the real world. I mean, you see this little guy, again, he's 30 pounds, but when he starts going, they're a lot more powerful than and they're a lot faster than what they appear to be. So the big thing is just, call a professional, let them handle it. Don't try to be a hero. Don't try to, get your camera. Everybody now wants to get a camera out and film something. That's a bad thing.
And you've been handling alligators for a very long time.
A long time.
Years and years. So he is an expert. Wes is a professional. If you want to see alligators, go to Alligator Alley. Come here to Laps, right on the causeway, and you can see this little guy and his 3 friends. Don't forget about them. You want to put them back in the water?
Sure.
I'll give him one more pet because you were such a good guy. Bye, big guy.
All right, buddy. Oh.
I was trying to figure out if Wes was making that noise or if it was the alligator. I don't know. Wes makes these alligator noise because he has more than 400 alligators at Alligator Alley in Summerdale. You can go see them. They're all his pets. Every one of them has a name. Can you believe that? And again, the 4 little guys you just saw are at Laps on the Causeway, and they all need names. None of them have a name. So, do you have a good name for an alligator? Go to Laps' Facebook page and let them know. I'm thinking maybe something like Fluffy.